What's up, everybody? I'm just toying around with a bunch of different stuff. StreamYard keeps on getting more interesting every time I mess with it. And now they're going to give me this background music that I can toy with. And I can put it really low. You guys can hear it. I can hear it. But I figured that would mess with my voice anyways. But just entertaining myself. I appreciate that, JRC. All right, folks. So a few things this evening. I want to say hello to everybody. I'm just checking things to make sure we're all smooth everywhere. Everything looks good from my end. And let me back this up and get into chat here. You guys really don't need to see my name, so let's go ahead and take that off. And welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing out there this evening? So glad to be here with you folks, you night owls per se. Anyways, we're going to talk about these Georgia Guidestones. Now, that's not going to consume the entire stream. It's going to be we'll do that in the first part. Play background music on lives, but it's just soft instrumentals. Right on, Jennifer. I'll toy around with it some more. But let me back this up and say hello to some of you folks before we even get started, because you know me, I like to say hello to you folks, and I didn't get to do it on Tuesday night, which we had a phenomenal Tuesday night guest, man. Angry American. That was awesome, man. His books are awesome. Pretty awesome guy. And we talked about, because he lives about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes away, talking about a meetup, and we might involve the community as well. I don't know. We're going to work it out. He's going to reach out to me. We had good chemistry. You know what I mean? Good people. All right. So let me say what's up. Uh-oh. Let me say, Texas T, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the support. And I'm doing good. I'm doing not too bad. I can't complain. Crazy morning, but turned out to be a decent day. And then we have Dragon Ooga Booga. Dragon, thank you so much for the super chat as well. All right. So let me see. We got Karen Whiteman in the house. She said, if they had videos of this site blowing up, why didn't they have video of what happened prior, of who was there setting it up? Well, Karen, if you're in chat, I do got some video, interesting footage. I put a little bit together because I've always looked into the Georgia Guidestones, and I've always been a little curious. And some people it's like, oh, it's Satan, it's the NWO, and blah, blah, blah. But it's intriguing. It's almost like the Stonehenge of America, per se, right? And just the whole thing behind it, it was just mysterious. And some of the readings on there were quite interesting, right? With this whole population thing. But we'll move into that here in a second. Surviving Biden, welcome. Let me see. This Georgia boy was at home, and I have witnesses. Roger that. What's up, McBean? Good to see you as well. JT's in the house. TN Prepping Lady. Johnny Finance is also here. Sharon Ingold. Carol Potato Head. Good to see you. Quest Conquest. Who else we got tonight? It's looking like a busy night. Jeff, what is up, my neighbor? I'm off early. That's awesome, Jeff. At least you could join us then, right? Good to see you, my friend. And yes, Jeff, sweet potato fries. Oh, I know I got you, JRC. I got Jeff. I'm trying to scroll through here. Let me see. What's up, Harvey? Good to see you as well. Jennifer Cruz is in the house. Welcome, Jennifer. Always good to see you in chat. I'm trying to scroll really fast, so if I miss you, my apologies. I see Colleen Rich in there. Little Miss Preppers here. Little Alaskan Home Place is here as well. Marilyn Parmalee is here. Teresa D. All right. Snakebite is in the house. What's up, Snakebite? Minuteman 69. I hope it's cooler in here. Minuteman 69. I'm telling you, man. I'll tell you one thing, man. I'll get into that after I say my hellos, because I had a crazy morning. You know, the morning where you leave the keys to open up your place of business at home, and then you have to sit outside and call one of your employees to come, and it's at, 9 something in the morning. It's like, I don't know, 100 degrees in Florida. Crazy. But that's the kind of morning I had. All right. Let me see. What do we got here? Somebody else. Dragon, thanks for the super chat. Don't anyone fool you. It was an alien prepper who destroyed the Guidestone trying to land his spaceship. LOL. Roger that. Is alien prepper in the house? Prepper Cowboy, good to see you. Oh, man. I'm trying to see if I see alien in the house. Hodges 1455. Dobby, good to see you as well. Dobby, Dobie, you know I always mess that up, brother, but I appreciate your support, my friend. Gray has returned from his yachting trip. Yes, you know, I do have pictures of that if you guys want to see, not of the trip, when I got back to the docks. Black Cat, Whirligig, I appreciate you being here. Casey Little Owl, good to see you. And if you guys haven't subscribed to Casey, you better. Great stuff over there. Dale, also good to see you. Jan is in the house. Flora Sweeney's in the house as well. Welcome, all you amazing people. Yarn Prepper, I see you sneaking in there. Scott Hummer from Texas. Howdy. Let me see. Pilgrim Prepper's in the house. Let me see. Who else do I see? B Walker. Good to see you. As always, B. Scott. I see Scott. I got Scott. Viv B. Hello. Pantry Only Recipes. Snark and Substance. I'm trying to scroll as fast as I can, folks. I do apologize. Daisy. I'm just trying to catch everybody I can before we get started. Alexandra the Great. Good to see you. Good to see you. I've been enjoying some of your content as well. And I think it's really cool that you have me on the big screen. It's kind of weird and cool at the same time, because when I watch Rudy at the big screen at the shop, I'm like, I wonder if Rudy knows he's on a 60-inch screen in a public place. What's up, Arkansas? Whoop ass. Good to see you, my friend. Eric Goodman, Celtic Grandma, Prepping by Faith, Moon Phase. Good to see you as well. Swafford Homestead, Ethel's in the house, or AKA on my way. Taz, Nancy, Tina, Our Life. What's up? All right. I think I got everybody. Dragon. I got you. I know I got you. Pony Girl. Good to see you. Let me see. Julie F. Thank you for being here. And Alien Prepper is here. And thanks, Alien Prepper, for using your laser beams. Oh, man. That is awesome. American Country Boys also in the house. Moldy Soldier. Prepper Mom 5. PA is in the house as well. Terry Very. I think Barbara, I see you there too. Lori Johnson. I got Texas T. Mark Webb, Mark Witcher, Lori Johnson. So many amazing people in here. Thank you all. If I missed anybody, I truly apologize. But I figure you guys want me to stop saying what's up. I see Tiny Titan popping in there. Good to see you as well. As South Colorado Stetter. We the people. Awesome. You know, I had to give credit, man. Nutrient Survival sent me all the swag. They sent me this cool mug because they know I like to drink coffee. They sent me a hat. I'll wear that maybe on Tuesday or something like that. I just didn't have time because I was going to be late to my own live stream. What's up, Vera? Good to see you as always, Vera. Lori, you got a twofer? Well, you know how my brain works. What's up, Diabetic? Good to see you as well. So let's kind of get into the topic of the whole Georgia Guidestones. Let me show you some clips that I have. The reason I wanted to bring this up tonight, I wasn't even going to do a live stream. I know, bad on me. I dropped the sweet potato video. I figured you had enough of Gray this morning with the sweet potato video, which I thoroughly enjoyed. If you hadn't seen it yet, please check it out. I had fun doing it, and it was an update that you guys have been asking for, so I dropped that. And I even dug a sweet potato out from the mother plant. A weird one, but cool. Anyways, folks, depending on how you feel about the Georgia Guidestones and all that stuff like that, I'm just going to here just to discuss it and show you some weird coincidences. As they say, there's no such thing as weird coincidences, but just quite intriguing, because I always thought they were interesting in the fact of what they said. Some people says it relates to the NWO, the New World Order. And the man who put it together was very mysterious. They've done documentaries on this thing and a bunch of other things on it. So I'm not an expert on the Georgia Guidestones, just so you know. All right. What's up, Tara? Mama Bear J15, good to see you. Exactly, Mama. Hit that thumbs up button. Nutrient Survival Package arrived today, dude and dudettes. You must buy their product, study the label and nutrition. It's seriously quality. B Walker, they were kind enough also to send me some of their little milkshakes to try out. I don't know if I'm supposed to do a video on it, but I already tried two of them. I tried the chocolate and vanilla because I was thinking, could I use this in the morning for that little nutrient boost in the morning before I head out to work? So I was like, very interesting. Good to see you carry me away as well. I saw you popping in there. Barbara, it was 97 here with a heat index of 104, so pretty close. People were melting. Everybody who came into my place of business was either sweaty, tired, or exhausted. The sun was just beating those folks down. So if B Walker doesn't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, it's a conspiracy thing, kind of like people have all kinds of conspiracy about this. Matter of fact, let's just get into it, right? Let me see here. I think I might have I'm trying to see here. Let me pull up my Thursday night live stream folder here and see what I got for you. It's so basically it's like a how do I explain it? Well, let's do this. Let me bring this up first, and that might help. So the Georgia Guidestones has some inscriptions on it, and there, like I said, there's a lot of mystery behind the Georgia Guidestones. We can get into that too. But some of the inscriptions read that maintain humanity under 500,000 in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. 3, unite humanity with living new language. 4, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. So, some of this makes sense. The whole maintain humanity thing, that's not a good thing, folks. 8, balance personal rights with social duties. Maybe a social credit score. I don't know what the heck they're talking about there. Number 9, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And 10, be not a cancer on earth, leave room for nature, leave room for nature. So I'm going to skip over here. And as you guys can see, that's the video of the destruction of that Georgia Guidestone there. Hopefully it's, I got it muted there. That was after the explosion. They've now have demolished it as well. And let me skip over here. That's the explosion around 3:33 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of people have, if you look, a lot of people are using this. See how it says 333 up here in the corner? Some people are using that as the sign of, satanic stuff. But that was the explosion there. And I'm moving through it pretty quick so we can kind of discuss this because I can't see chat while I'm doing this. And so that was the explosion there. That's something else. That's her. That's another thing I want to talk about. That's another thing I want to talk about. So there's a guy running. Now this is speeded up, folks. There's somebody there running, setting the explosion back there. So there is footage of someone running across this thing where they're showing that guy run across. I know it looks kind of funky, like a cartoon or whatnot. And I think, let me see here. I think I had a video of they got a car as well. Let me see if I can find that video for you guys. I know I have it somewhere. Let me go look here. Documents. And where is the other folder here? There it is. Here we go. Let me mute this just in case it's loud. So this is the kind of a slow motion of the car at 4:03. Taken off after the explosion from my assumption. But that's the car. And this is not my footage. You can see it's the state of Georgia Bureau of Investigations. So they got that person running there, and then they have that car. Will they ever figure out who it is? I don't know. Maybe they don't want to know. Maybe they don't want to tell anybody, folks. Brian Barbie says, wasn't me. Yeah, but Alien Prepper, he is super fast. It might be another. Do you know any aliens that run that fast? Pastor McQuaddy, I'm just glad you made it. I appreciate you being here. Avoid petty laws and useless officials means they would make laws world order. Okay, thank you, Carol. See, I figured some of you folks are going to be more well-versed in the Georgia Guidestones than I am. Where is the shadow of the car? Daisy, there's going to be a lot of speculation, a lot of interesting things. Right, Minuteman 69. I'm assuming you guys have seen the memes where Trump is holding a stick of dynamite and look like he's blowing it up. It took them a long time to put the car video up. Yeah, Jan, it could be fake. Like I said, we know we're always being lied to, folks. That's 100% right there. The media lies to us. We know they lie to us. That's why a lot of folks don't watch it. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, some people will watch it and take what they think that might be relevant to them and then move forward because we know it's always a bunch of crazy stuff. What's up, Flyover? Good to see you. The finger of God. I've been there. Jeff, you have? That's pretty interesting. I've never been there. Definitely salute to all the Beaverines. Don says it's 105 in Texas. That's nuts. Petty laws and useless officials means less government. All right, so I'm confused. So I don't know who. I'm going to have to dig more into this, folks. I'm going to have to dig into this now and try to figure out what this whole more about the Georgia Guidestones. The reason I wanted to bring it up is because I got into a conversation at work. Like I said, I wasn't planning on going live tonight, but I figured, you, my viewers may have more of an insight than I do on the Georgia Guidestones. Now, I know Mark over at Rolling Homestead has talked to me about it before and said there's a lot of weird information on there. Minuteman 69, that's horrible. That's horrible. That gentleman that's being arrested for murder, trying to defend himself with a knife, being robbed, and he's an older gentleman. That wouldn't fly in Florida. He would have not been arrested because here you're allowed to in this state, this free state of Florida, you can defend yourself. Terry Berry says blew up at 40333. Jesus died at 4333. Biblical. Oh, okay, Terry. Thank you. Less local government. Sunset says should have blown up the time capsule too. So Viv B, I've heard about the time capsule. I'm really curious about that. Are they going to show what's in it? Are they going to, dig it up? Or I'm assuming they dig it up because you saw they leveled it now. So there's no more Georgia Guidestones. Matter of fact, I guess let's bring it up. Let's look at a little bit of the history real fast. And the question is everybody, the question I put forth to you is why? Why did they blow it up? You know what I mean? I'm trying to see here. I know I got it here. Let me find it for you. I'm very disorganized because I had so much other things planned and I threw this thing together. There we go. There she is. Let me move that over so that you guys can see it, not me. Watch the video on Jennifer Cruz video posted on her community page, Lightning Strikes. Thank you, Yarn Prepper. We'll do right after this live stream. I'll check that out. Maybe Jennifer, I don't know. Maybe you should jump on here with me and you could explain some of that. If you want to, Jennifer, just say, hey, Grey, put me on, and I'll put the link in the chat, and I'm only going to let Jennifer on, just so if anybody else tries to click that link, you will not make it to the live stream. Not to be, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but if I'm inviting one person, I'm just meaning for Jennifer to join me, because if she has more information than I do, I'd rather up here. And yes, I'm like digging around to find out where my stuff is because I lost my StreamYard. Am I still live? I hope I am. Oh, my StreamYard is somewhere else. This is funny. Grey, can you get any less organized? All right. And I'm trying to keep We the People, Jimmy Hoffa is in the time capsule. That would be crazy. Oh, no, I'm ready for bed. It's past my bed. No problem, Jennifer. I just figured I'd throw that out there because folks are watching me and they're probably like, Grey doesn't have a clue what the hell he's talking about. Which he doesn't. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. I'm trying to figure out what I did with my picture now of the thing I had up here. Here we go. Now I know what I did. I moved my entire screen to a different screen, so that's why I was lost. All right, here we go. Grey, what are you doing today, man? I know you guys are probably lost too. You're like, Grey's been doing this for how long now and he can't get his stuff together? All right, there's that. Where's my StreamYard? Okay, there's my StreamYard. Finally. God. But when you go live, you can't expect everything to run smooth. All right, so here we are. RC Christian. So this is the gentleman that was supposedly behind this whole thing. And supposedly RC Christian is a fake name that he used. The mystery man who requested the mystery monument, not much is known about him. The man who has been instrumental in so much of it has known that that Christian is not the man's real name. So like I said, there's a lot of crazy stuff behind this thing, and I'm not familiar with it. I'm just curious why they blew it up, if someone specifically blew it up, because here's the fact, folks. Matter of fact, I think I might even have that down here where I don't have to go crazy looking for stuff. Where is that at? Here we go. So this lady here, Georgia governor, someone who's running for Georgia governor, Candace Taylor, credits God for striking down the Satanic Guidestones. And the thing is she has an executive order number 10, where she's been talking about demolishing the Georgia Guidestones. So I don't know, folks. It says donate today to get rid Georgia of the satanic evil. She's had. I'm not going to click this because it's probably copyrighted, but she is. Like I said, I think she only got like 5 or 6% of the vote. Might even say it over here in this article. Trying to see here. Yeah, I don't see it. I forget what she got. She was a GOP activist and educator. She lost her Purdue and Kemp, of course. I don't know. But anyways, that's that. And I can't see what you guys are talking about. You guys are probably making fun of me for not being able to get my crap straight this evening. All right, so let me go. The devil went down to Georgia. You know, I think what is it? Ostlander might have done something like that. I think he did a video earlier. Dragon says, thanks for the super chat, brother. Next Biden press conference, the Guidestones were destroyed by Putin. As if indigenous kids played with my leg hair. Jesus. Oh, man. Love you, Dragon. Let me at them. Who is making fun of Gray? Let me see. Got here late. Good to see you, Ann. Better late than never. I'm trying to back up chat. I actually like the song. Yeah, that was a pretty good song, actually. I think I have it on one of my playlists, to be honest with you. I'm trying to back up here. Do energy weapon. Could be Sunset. He was the money exchange. No, it was Amber, not Stacy. Gotcha, Flutterbell. I hear you. Thundering here in the West Georgia. 15 windows open. I still can't figure out where that music is coming from. Stacey Abrams ate Taco Bell. Oh, my God. I seen that meme, Viv. I seen that meme. What's up, RWR? Javelin. Agreed. Lost or lost cause. Beretta Vandy, I don't know if you're talking about the monument. The monument is done. They leveled it. They flattened it. Said it was unstable and whatnot. Barbara says, I got an alibi. I was out milking my calf with that time. Ask her. Ultra Magger Patriot, I'm praying God did it. Roger that. How come there is a video of the explosion but not them setting it up? Karen, I don't know if you saw the video that I had just done a few minutes ago. What's up, Wink? Good to see you. Do it. But they show that little guy running across the screen. They show, it's that angle where they show the explosion and they show that guy dressed in black coming across the screen. And then the other video shows that car in slow motion, which is like a gray sedan, right around that same time during the explosion. I don't know if it was getting there or leaving there, but the time is really weird because the times both say 4:03. So I don't know how that plays out. That doesn't make sense from the way I lit it, but we're going to have to look more into it. But regardless, they are done. The inscriptions will always be there. For those folks that care about that stuff, they're going to always, there's, multiple videos, there's been documentaries on A&E and Discovery and so many other things. So if you're curious about them, check those out. Like I said, I need to do more research. But my question is to you folks, and let me ask you guys, before we get into some more stuff, Greta Thunberg was heard exclaiming after the Guidestones were destroyed, "How dare you, LOL." Roger that, Dragon. Appreciate the support. Did the car have government plates? Karen, could be a possibility. They didn't show the plates, unfortunately, right? And I found this little rubber thing that I'm screwing around with here. But anyways, what's up, Chris? Good to see you. Let me ask you guys, from your perspective, are you happy that they were destroyed? And they're no longer existing, or you don't care regardless? Or do you think, some other conspiratorial issue has arose from this and, the man is behind it per se? What's up, Ghosty? Good to see you. Brian Barbie says yes. Because a lot of you folks probably have a lot more knowledge on this. If you mean actually putting the Guidestones up, those were unveiled March 1980. I read that part. Reaper 10mm, good to see you. No, it was a criminal act. Roger that. Yes, happy they are down. Leslie says the GBI spent most of the day gathering evidence. Liability of leaving it standing was too high and expensive to keep secure, thinking they know who already. Very interesting, Wink. I'm looking to see if it pops off and they say who did it, and maybe we'll get an idea why. Gray screws around with rubber things. Yeah, I guess that didn't come out too appropriate, JT. Let me see here. Never heard of them and didn't care. I'm suspicious. Oh, look, a rabbit hole. Exactly, KC. Texas T says, very happy. Chris Patrick says, I won't lose sleep. Glad they are gone. Evil Terry says, yes, happy they are destroyed. Grizz. And here, folks, regardless of your opinion, everyone's entitled to it, folks. And I don't want anybody harassing anybody because someone wants it to be up or someone this doesn't. I want you guys to just be able to express your opinions on here, especially when it comes to something like this. All in all, it's going to be a part of history, and we'll see how it all plays out. The investigation. Carol says they were proof that the powers that be were telling us what their plans were. And Carol, that could be a good possibility. A lot of folks have told me about that it was like a, like set in stone, like with the, with the World Economic Forum, the NWO, and all those elites, maybe I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying their name because, when they hear their name, they probably search these people up, but like the Rothschilds, and all those elite people that truly run our globe, America and beyond. So you never know, right? Oslander says, harass me. I'm game. Haven't told anyone. Roger that, Os. And like I said, Oslander did put a video out about this, and Os is probably a lot more informed than I am about this whole situation. A lot of people think it's Ted Turner. Intriguing. I never thought about that. Someone's definitely blowing a sign with this one. Squirrel. Everything is like watching the magician's hand while the other one does something other. And like I said, it could be another distraction, or maybe someone was getting close to figuring something out. Who knows, folks? Who knows? All right, folks. So kind of let's move on. I know that was the pull everybody in to GreyMan's live stream the evening is let's talk about the Georgia Guidestones. But I think we've talked about it enough. I'm assuming this is a developing story, and it'll all play itself out. But I'm going to be doing a little bit more research just because I'm curious. And if you guys have more information or links like Jennifer, if you do, if you do, people that are in my Discord, they can send it to me, or email me, because I depend on you just as much as you guys depend on me for information and stuff like that. Not my crosshair. Good to see you as well, brother. Thanks for the super chat. What if with CERN going, the stones are going to turn into that Mandela effect, kind of what I'm thinking of. I was curious about that. I did read some articles on CERN. If a lot of you guys don't know what CERN is, JT, I appreciate that. CERN is a super collider that they just got back up and running. A lot of people thought when they turned it on, it was going to be the end of the world. That did not happen. We're still here, folks. But there's a lot of speculation how everything is playing out. I don't know if you guys saw there was a pipeline explosion today, and that was on fire. And matter of fact, no problem, Lori D. No need to apologize. Cacti, Polygon is July 8th. They will be playing more games. I believe that, Cacti, 100%. ECAT says it's been all over the internet for years. Exactly, ECAT. Anita Culp, I think good old boys are finally getting her done. Roger that. Dragon, thank you for the super chat. Georgia Guidestones didn't delete themselves like Epstein. Great one, man. Oh, all right, folks. So speaking of weird things happening, let's talk about the United Kingdom for a second. There's been a whole heck of a lot going on over the United Kingdom, huh? I mean, you got the UK finance minister resigning. You have the British deputy ambassador and other foreign nationals arrested by Iranian security forces on alleged charges of spying. You have the UK Education Secretary, Michelle Donnellan, appointed just 36 hours ago, resigns from government. Of course, Boris Johnson, who's really the big thing in the news, resigns as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. So that's some wild stuff happening over in the UK. Everybody's resigning. I guess they're cleaning up the government. A lot of people, and this is totally opinionated. Supposedly, Boris Johnson was a conservative who was supposed to be like the Trump factor here in the United States. So they looked at Boris Johnson as like that conservative, trying to shake things up kind of guy. But there's all kinds of controversy with it and whatnot. So I don't know. I don't really get into Colleen Rich's Watch Marfugel show last night. I will try to catch it. Marfugel runs long. I'll try to see if I wish he would do like I wish Marfugel would do like the cliff notes like Rudy does on some of his live streams and kind of condenses the important parts and throws it into like a 10-15 minute video. to make it super easy to kind of eat it all up. But I know he has a lot of information, so I do not fault him for that. But he's definitely full of information. PM parties like a rock star, right on, Tara. Over 60 MPs have now resigned. Wow, JT, that's crazy. Bojo was a clown. That hair, Viv, I agree. That hair was kind of, every time it looked like he just rolled out of bed and said, okay, I'm going to run this country. What's up, Michelle? Good to see you. Boris was at WEF giving speech. Thank you for that, Carol. Let me see. Michelle says, what? I swore you just said my name pretty dang close. It wasn't me. Right on. And Michelle, I do got to get back to you on the email so we can set you up so we can get you on the stream. Boris Johnson was a rules for thee, not for me guy. All right. Thank you, JRC. So he wasn't a good dude. I don't really dive in too much to overseas politics other than, the Communist Party, because I'm always curious what they have up their sleeve, like, Putin and Xi Jinping and the folks in North Korea and Iran and places like that. Because what is it? I think today was released that Iran is basically just a few days from enriching enough uranium to create a nuclear bomb. Won't that kind of make things interesting, right, folks? Because that country is just a lot more. You think Putin and Xi are crazy? They're more a religious factor, and those folks are more willing to probably use that weapon, literally use that weapon, probably on Israel or something like that. And now this is biblical to a certain extent. I don't know if you guys know Ezekiel. I think it's Ezekiel 38. If you read that little bit of that, it kind of explains that whole scenario over there in the Middle East. With Boris gone, Brexit is gone. Roger that. See, like I said, there's always a double-edged sword to everything. I heard it's 5 bombs. Really, Empress? William Pence, that will be used as a blackmail. I agree. Blackjack, making new plan, not being coy. And I'm wondering who's going to be the new prime minister. That's what I'm really curious. That will kind of open the door for what's next for the United Kingdom in regards to their whole political situation over there. I'm very curious how that plays out. Brexit was good. I remember Brexit is a good thing. Minuteman 69 is Gog and Magog. Yes, exactly, Texas. Or Minuteman, sorry. Bitter Critter, good to see you as well. I think that is all of their plan. Most likely. Most likely. And matter of fact, folks, for you folks that are here, if my mods can, in about 15 minutes, can you remind me? I got to talk about a giveaway that I'll be dropping this week, and I want everybody that's on here to know about it. So, and it looks like we were at 215. We lost one person. They won't know about the giveaway. I have no mainstream media and have been occupied today. Missed all the headlines. Unfortunately, B. Walker, it's kind of like part of my thing that I have to do to be in the know, to kind of share the information with you guys who may not have time to catch, the mainstream media or news headlines, because it changes so fast. Every day you wake up, there's something new. Trust me, every day there's something else. Let me see. Thanks, Harvey Black. Also, I don't know if you guys know Bovania, Germany's largest housing group, begins to throttle its tenants' heating at night to save gas. Those folks, they're going into wintertime, and Germany is going to be throttling their heating to save gas, folks. Talk about a SHTF for them. I don't know. Hopefully those folks are prepared. Hopefully they have wood-burning stoves. Hopefully they have ways to heat themselves. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. One funny thing that I heard today, one funny thing off mainstream media that I heard today. What's up, USA Prepping? Good to see you. Casey, yes, they are rationing hot water too. Jennifer Cruz says, it has begun. I believe that, Jennifer, especially when you look at it biblically. All right, so let me get this out of my way so I can see my face. I did hear that the no warm showers, no happening in that climate. Germany has sold out of wood burners. Wow, Peter Rouse, that makes absolute sense. Just think about. I know Germany has preppers out there. I know people. There's German preppers out there that probably like sitting back. Well, I got a wood stove. I got plenty of wood. I got this. I got this little solar generator. They're sitting there looking back like, sucks to be you guys. You guys should have prepared. And that's what I hope that I never have to do here in the United States. I hope that whatever happens here in the United States, because something is bound to happen. I guarantee you, it may be small, it may be large. I can't say it's world ending, but there's always something that's going to happen. If we look at Texas, we saw what happened with that situation, and we've seen other spots in the United States where things go south. Matter of fact, I was watching the news today, and the farmers were back on the news saying, look at our wheat crops. The drought has destroyed our wheat crops. For anybody who thinks this food thing is fear porn, they're dead wrong, folks. Because the main issue is, let's say there's not an entire massive food shortage where no one can get food, right? But there's such a small supply of food that the cost of food will be priced out of some people's range, or there'll be not enough food for everyone to buy. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you. So I really think that come fall, we're going to see some really bad stuff here in the U.S. as well. Hawkeye, is that you, Hawkeye? Good to see you, brother. In the woods, it's all being done purposely. And I agree. There's a lot of, there's the puppeteers, the people that run the country, that have the strings. They're doing a lot of things on purpose this day and age. Like I said, I think it's been going on a lot longer than a lot of us think. I think this started shortly, if we want to put our tinfoil hats on, 60s, 70s era, maybe even before that. Like I said, if you read the book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, you'll see our country has been involved in a lot of nasty deeds over several decades. And that's quite intriguing to know. When I read that, because Rudy over at Alaska Prepper had turned me on to that book. And once I read it, I was like, wow, I was absolutely shocked of what our government has done in other countries. Yes, Jennifer, I agree. Alaskan prices are skyrocketing. And we're going to see it in other places too. Matter of fact, I went shopping with my daughter the other day. I think it was Tuesday afternoon before I did the live stream. And for milk, eggs, and stuff like that, things that she wanted, you know what I mean? I usually have my food prepared. I did get some chicken breasts and some odds and ends, and she got some ground beef, and over $150 just for some odds and ends. $150, something that used to cost me half that at this point. So there's a lot of folks that are going to be put in a position, and it's funny because the news is now picking this up. At least I like to laugh at the news sometimes, because some of the things that we discuss here weeks in advance, the news finally gets a hold of it and then, tells the American population or people that are paying attention on certain news channels are saying, hey, people are going to have to choose between gas and food. People are going to have to choose between paying rent and this. That's happening right now, folks. That's happening. A lot of people are in bad situations. Right on, D14. And good to see you. Wolfbane Hollow, good to see you as well. Wolfbane, don't feel bad. Wolfbane, I lurk a lot on people's videos as well. I put them up on my phone, and I can't type that fast on my phone, so I just watch, and I enjoy their content. Gas in my area, lowest price since I got, and remember, it's $4.47 diesel. $4.47 and diesel is still $6. Gotta love our strategic orders. Yeah, matter of fact, good point, Wink. I wanted to bring that up too. Wink, do you remember? Some of you folks maybe remember. Up my, I'm talking too much. Wink, do you remember? I think it might have been on a live stream or a Sunday Shift Report. I can't remember. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I said that Corn Pop is taking our strategic oil and shipping it overseas. And now, like I said, a few weeks down the road, the media has now picked it up because they're tracking these ships. And it goes deeper than that, because they're trying to say, no, it's not going to China, but it is, because they're tracking the ship and the companies that they're using. And America's in a position where our strategic oil reserves are extremely low, lower than ever been. I think they said in history, or at least close to that, right? And we're shipping oil out to other countries, including places like China. It's crazy. Wink, you do remember? I just want to make sure I wasn't going crazy. JT says 1986. Are you out? I'm lost, JT. Prep and keep on prepping. ECAT, I agree with you 100%. That is my number one suggestion to everyone. If you haven't started, start now. It's never too late, and keep on prepping. If you're already prepping and you have 6 months worth of food, a year's worth of food, keep on going. Don't stop, folks. I know it's a little bit more costly than we did. You know, some of us people that have been doing this for about a decade or 10 years or so. Let me see. I started prepping back in 04, 05-ish. So however long that is, maybe long, man. I've been doing this for a lot longer than I think I have. And also good to see you, Little Stumpy. I saw you pop in there as well. Reuters reported it finally started in March. Thanks, Wink. I appreciate that. Mama Liam says our food is being shipped overseas too. And Mama, I said that as well. I was talking about, so all the wheat and all the different products that we grow here, with the administration currently in power in Washington, they have contracts with other countries. No matter how bad the situation is here with the administration that's running this country right now, they will still fulfill those contracts no matter how bad it hurts the American people. And that's a shame. And this is how I know they're going to do it. Let me share something with you. I find this information to be absolutely stunning. I'm going to add this to the stream because this is the, what do they call it? This is the voice of the administration. So hopefully you guys can hear this. I'm going to shut up for a second and let you hear this. Some of you guys may have seen it.
Look at where we are economically, and we are in a strong, we are stronger economically than we have been in history. When you look at the unemployment number.
So she says we are stronger than ever in economic history. She is saying Corn Pop's mouthpiece is telling everyone, to American people, that we are the strongest we've ever been economically in American history. Does she live on another planet? Or is she forced to say this stuff? Because she's absolutely insane. Brian, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Dragon, thank you for the super chat. Breaking: Japanese Prime Minister dead from assassination. Are you serious, Dragon? Flora, she is absolutely a liar. Hold on, I got to verify something that that Dragon just said. That is insane if that's true. I can't find it, Dragon. You have to send me the link in Discord. I'm going really quick to some of my contacts and my news sources to see if I can see anything popping up. Pardon me 1 second, folks, while I check this. And I can't see chat, so let me bring up chat so I can see that while you guys are going. I'm just checking everything, and then I'm checking one last place to see if I can find it. Let me see. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing. Last thing I see is the, and I wanted to share that with you too. I'm trying to keep an eye on my Discord as well. I don't know if you guys know, in Riverdale, Georgia, there was a shooting inside of a Walmart. Do you know why that shooting happened in Walmart? It was over beef. It was over meat, folks. The shooting that took place inside the Walmart was over an argument at the meat aisle that led to the shooting, with one person being shot. The store has been evacuated and the shooter escaped by foot. Police confirmed there is no active shooter in there, because first they reported it as an active shooter. And let me see. Former Japanese PM Shino showing no vital signs. Thank you, Harvey, for that. Let's let me bring this up for you folks. I guess this must have just happened because it's daytime there, huh? Wow, that's crazy. Talk about breaking news on GreyMan's channel, right? I'm pretty sure we'll see this going on. I don't know what all this stuff is. All right, says former Japanese PM Shinozo showing no vital signs after apparent assassination attempt. This happened at 10:51 p.m. It is 11:15 suffered from cardiac arrest after being taken to the hospital, according to police officials. Former Japanese prime minister was reported to have been shot in the chest during a campaign speech around 11:30 a.m. in the city of New York. Wow. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Very interesting, folks. Very interesting. It seems like the world has just gone crazy. You're good, B. Walker. Abe was cool. People are losing it. I agree. Crime will get worse, and crime is getting worse, especially in the inner cities, folks. It's getting nasty. Hopefully, some of you folks that are in the city, in some of the cities like New York, specifically, the crime, Chicago, the crime is extremely horrible. Charles Richard CERN, could be Charles, could be. Flyover State says, Hy-Vee grocery store had 1 pound ground beef for $2.99 over the weekend, limit 2. I went back several times. Smart, very smart, Flyover. Freeze that stuff, man. Or can it, either or, pressure can it. Wolfsbane Hollow, that could be a good possibility. Flash mobs will hit grocery stores, could be a great possibility as well. Dragon Slayer, good to see you. Hello there, everyone. I'm sorry to be late. The notification never came. Dragon, it's that's why I like the Discord, because before I put out a video, usually right before I start a live stream or a few hours before I start a live stream, I'll let all the folks know in Discord. We have over 300 and plus people in Discord now, and they can kind of get an advanced notice that a video is coming out. I have seen that, B. Walker, folks stealing meat and stuff like that, and kind of especially out in Oregon, Washington, and places like that, California, where they know they can get away with it a little bit more freely than here in other states like Florida, I think Texas, and some other places. Colorado pepper crack rat. Roger that. John, hello from Arizona. Well, hello from Florida, John, and thank you for joining us. I'm trying to catch some of your guys' comments here. Moonface says, I think it's all a test being done on the populace in different regions. Speaking of that, Moon, oh, thank you, Jan. Thank you so much, Jan. I appreciate that. In the woods, I live in Amish country too. It's the Marshmallow Man. Glad I live in the middle of nowhere in Canada. Right on, man. The further you live away from people, the better. Hopefully you have at least some folks that you can barter with and have like-minded folks. That's the best scenario for me that I think of, is not living in a city, living furthest possible away from a city, but still having people that you can depend on outside of yourself and your family. Let's say like a couple other farms in your area or homesteaders and whatnot. Thanks, JT. Giveaway, you have my address. Right on, Jeff. So this week, I want you guys to pay attention. It's going to be like a 5, max 10-minute video. But I'm going to be doing the Jace giveaway. The Jace giveaway is going to be popping up this week. I'm going to put that out. And then I kind of want to do it Monday. Even though I have other videos planned, but this will pop up. And what I want to do is under that video, I'll have all the instructions. In that video, I'll explain what you need to do. But if you don't know what Jace is, Harvey, if you give me, I know you're pretty quick with that, Harvey. If you could put the Jace medical video that I have on my channel so people can see what it is. It's about a 30-minute video, but it's a really in-depth. You get a bunch of antibiotics from this company. They told me to just do a quick little video and to pick a winner and pass that along to them. So we'll do it like we normally do. I will use the YouTube comment picker, but I am going to be, I think this is the last giveaway that I haven't got to do yet. So watch out for the Jace medical video. It'll be the newest one that I'll put out. It'll be a really short one, just explaining the giveaway, what it entails, and how, to me, this is a very awesome giveaway because this is something vital that everyone should have in their preps. And I know some folks can't afford it, you know what I mean? Because it's a bit pricey, no matter how you look at it. But if it's something that you can do, let's say when you get your income tax check or you happen to get a bonus or something like that, I think everybody should have some emergency antibiotics on hand, and a varied array of antibiotics, not just one antibiotic, not just like, let's say, amoxicillin or penicillin. There's so many different types of antibiotics. You should have a variety of antibiotics. The Rio 7018, I appreciate that. Thank you. Stuart, I agree. I'm always telling folks, stack it to the rafters, folks, and then stack it to your dad's rafters, your mom's rafters, your cousin's rafters. Stack it in as many rafters as you can, because the more the merrier. Just imagine, folks, we get into that situation where you cannot go to the store to get food. If there's ever a nasty, true 100% life-altering SHTF, there won't be no more grocery store. They'll be looted within the first week or so, or maybe even less than that. So all the food that you'll have is what you have stored, what you're growing. If you have freeze dryers, dehydrated, canned, all the stuff that you've done to prep for something like that is all that you're going to have. Matter of fact, when I was talking to Chris, the Angry American, he said it. A lot of folks think that, well, I'm going to just go hunting. Well, there's more to that, because everybody else is thinking the same thing. There'll probably be 50 people in a field shooting at one deer. There'll be fights over that. People will probably kill each other. And then do they know how to process the meat? Do they know how to follow up with that? Do they know how to preserve the meat? Most folks don't. Most folks don't. It's skills that have been lost to time, other than folks that we were raised that way, that you're more raised in a rural area, and that's a part of your life. You know, I think the first time I went hunting, I think I was 11. And I went with my my stepdad and my best friend, and we hunted all through our teenage years. I still hunt to this day. Florida's a different kind of beast when you go hunting. Sometimes we go hunting for gators. I'm not going to say where or how. You know, like I said, there's pigs, there's deers, there's all kinds of things here in Florida, but a lot more of a small game situation, unless you're looking at like gator meat. And again, knowing how to process that. In the woods, you're absolutely right. The Great Depression, that says it all. Learn to do, then do the things. Exactly. Rabbit Coyote 666, I agree. Most folks don't. Most folks don't even have a clue. And, you know, how do I want to put this? If you don't know, if you are, think about this, folks. If you are, let's say you're someone who's never did plumbing, who's never did small engine repair, who's never hunted, who's never processed food, who's never preserved food, things like that. Let's say you're one of those folks, right? Start learning now, because the net, this internet thing, that won't be around. You won't be able to go Google something or ask Alexa or Apple or whoever people ask these days for advice. You need books, lots and lots of books on everything. Books is going to be the most one of the most important things there is, because if you don't know how to do it, at least you'll have some sort of material that you can learn and practice that skill with outside of asking Google. It's the marshmallow. I got my grocery store. Exactly. And that's what I think. I think most folks, we should be building our own grocery store per se, right? When you walk into your pantry, it should seem like a little, like a bodega, like a little grocery store. You know what I mean? Yarn Prepper says, check local buy nothing groups. I got over 100 canned goods today free. That is awesome, Yarn. Great find. American Country Boy could be a possibility. What's up, Rocka? Good to see you. I'm trying to keep an eye on my time. I don't want to go over an hour because the wife is home and she says, you're doing an hour, right? And I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'm doing an hour. Home Depot book and DVD on fixing your house. You know, Pray for Peace. That's actually a good idea. If you have like a solar generator or something like that in your little DVD player or little TV system, I guess you could do that as well. I never thought about that. Digital media. Now, if there's an EMP, of course, a lot of people will be SOL. You know what I mean? I don't know how many of you guys have Faraday cages and ways to protect your electronics. That's another situation in itself. There's certain things that we can deal with and certain things that we can't, depending on how prepared you are. Grizz says, learn to make and set snare traps. I'll probably get the neighbor's cats. They have over 20. That's funny, Grizz. And funny that you say that, Grizz, because most folks, if things go really that bad, they will probably be eating people's pets, cats, dogs, you name it. If you've ever looked at other countries outside of the U.S. and even in the Great Depression, people have eaten, they've come down to eating just rats, folks. If you ever watch the TV series Alone, when they're out in the woods, they're eating tree rats like squirrels. They're using deadfall traps to eat to get rats and mice and stuff like that, because any sustenance is better than no sustenance, you know? The Rio 7018, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Michelle, that's a good point, Michelle. And to add to what Michelle's saying, she says use the metal ammo cans to make good Faraday cages for small electronics. I would also get the duct tape. That doesn't sound right. Do you guys know the aluminum tape that they use for ductwork in your air condition? You can seal that can as well. That's something that a friend of mine taught me. And if you guys know Dr. Arthur T. Bradley, he goes over that. You can use basically your metal trash cans and use those as well. Very cheap and affordable ways to create places that you can store stuff, electronics and stuff like that, if you want to have any use of them during an EMP or a solar event. Speaking of that, ducting tape. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Foil tape, Jeff. But hopefully you guys get the idea. And it's I have tons of it. Don't ask me why. I'm just a prepper, and I prep a lot of odd things that I think I need: screws, nuts, bolts, nails, washers, all kinds of stuff, all different sizes, metric, you name it. I'm always collecting things that I'm always worried that I might not have if things go really sideways. Line with cardboard, styrofoam, etc. Tape it up. Thanks, Michelle. Gris says squirrels equal tree pigs. Roger that. Mama Bear J15. Dr. Bradley said, he says, depending on the microwave, it might offer you some protection. You have to understand, a lot of folks, if depending on the size of the EMP, also depending on the size, if it's a coronal mass ejection, there's only speculation and some scientific predictions on what they expect to happen to our grid and electronics associated with that. So maybe all things won't be affected. Maybe everything will be affected. But the best concept to think is to prepare as best as you can, just in case it's really bad. Pray for peace. Yeah, all kinds of nails and screws. At least I'm not alone. Take care, Casey. Thank you for being here. I'm about to wrap it up myself. Tina, I love squirrel and rabbit too. And rabbits, folks, we know rabbits are easy to breed. That's one of the, if you want to raise meat rabbits. Matter of fact, the book that I'm reading right now, it's called Equipping Modern Patriots. It's an EMP book. I forget the author's name, but it's EMP, Equipping Modern Patriots. If you look that up, Equipping Modern Patriots stands for EMP. Great book. And they're raising rabbits, and they're trading some of their rabbits for chickens on another farm that they're working with. I love listening to those type of books to see the kind of ideas that these authors put together on things that they think how people will react to stuff like an electromagnetic pulse. Janet, I agree. Rabbits. I've seen rabbits. I've had a rabbit one time, a long time ago, and to me, it looked like I had a heart attack, but it could have been the heat here in Florida. So depending on where you are, most likely here in Florida, we have wild pigs. So I would be more dependent on pigs. And if you, some pigs breed better than others, but they do breed pretty well. I would try rabbits just for fun, but chickens, definitely, things like that. Chickens for eggs, chickens for meat. Stock up on tinfoil. Right on. Wink says, I sew leatherwork and my designs are Bronze Age style. Oh, no, D14 said that. Well, D14, how come you've never sent me like a sample, man? You eat bugs every day in your food. Unfortunately, with the FDA, that's factual. There's a certain percentage of rat parts and bugs that get into food that's at tolerance that they let slide in the food that you consume from the grocery store, as well as probably restaurants as well, folks. Beretta Vandy says goats. Yeah, that's a good one too. I know I want a donkey. And people say, why do you want a donkey? Because donkeys are pretty cool, folks. And they're very protective of their family, and they kind of protect the farm as well. I want a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind some horses, donkeys, and stuff like that. But then remember this. You have to have the means to take care of these animals if they get sick. What do you do if your horse gets sick or your donkey gets sick? What do you do if some of your chickens start getting, a disease starts to spread? Do you have the means to resolve those issues? Do you have the means to feed them and care for them? So we have to take that into consideration when we're planning this stuff out. TN Prepping Lady, I agree with that. Definitely. Viv B says donkeys are awesome. I agree with you. Al Bundy says, I thought I knew about fresh seafood until I went to Florida. Yeah, Florida. That's one thing we do have is the ocean, and that is a extreme resource for us Floridian preppers down here, as well as some of the other folks like people that live in Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, the coast. You know what I mean? And how to utilize that ocean to the best of your ability. Michelle, that's a great point. Tractor Supply does have a lot of medications for animals. Also, talk to your local feed stores. Like we have one here that I've worked with and talked to about certain things, and they're like-minded folks in regards to medications for animals and stuff like that. Because I have a plan, and that's where it all starts. Is having that plan and then executing that plan effectively. What was I going to say? There was something else I wanted to add, and I can't remember now. Let me make sure I didn't have anything else in here. Let me close that out. I don't need that. I just want to look at my Thursday live stream folder if I missed anything. Oh, speaking of animals, folks, I got to show you this. Maybe some of you folks will get a laugh, but this is where our society has gone. You guys, hopefully I don't offend anybody. I don't think I will, but this is just ridiculous. I forgot I had this. Someone emailed it to me and I wanted to share. I cannot help but laugh. So it says, and this is an actual Twitter person. It says, our family is happy to announce the transitioning of our dog, Paul, which will soon be Paulina. We will all knew Paulina was a girl when the whole time. The vet misgendered Paulina at birth. Now that's being fixed. So it's going beyond people. Now these folks are doing it to their pets, folks. Doing it to their pets. Doing it to their pets. What a world we live in. What a world we live in, folks. I forgot I had that in there. What a world we live in. And it's only getting worse every day, folks. I wish I could come on and do a live stream and say, hey, folks, the economy's looking good. Gas prices are coming down. The supply chain is doing great. Food prices are dropping. Oxen's Farm's having a blowout sale because they have so much stock. They got to get rid of it. I wish I could do a live stream like that. I really do. No, B. Walker, I looked into it. Mama Bear, I agree, crazy. No, they are transitioning it from a male dog to a female dog. So I have a friend of mine that's a veterinarian. So I asked, and he said, it can be done. He says they've done it to other animals who have a certain issue, like certain male dogs will get this crystallization inside their thingamajiggy, and they will do something like that due to for the dog's health. But no, these folks are doing it because they literally think their dog is a female. Crazy, I know. Right on, smiling. Well, good to see you, man. We need the mean tweets again. I agree, Flyover. Dragon says, did you watch the video that I put up in Discord about the woman? Yes. Dragon, that was absolutely crazy, man. That was absolutely crazy. Al Bundy, exactly. Exactly. Animal abuse. I agree with you, folks. 100%. Big A, good evening to you as well. Melanie, 'twas him. You guys are hilarious. I love you guys, man. Roger that, B Walker. I try to show you guys stuff, and I know some folks, sometimes some folks they don't get too happy on some of the things I say, but most of you guys are like-minded. So I understand. So usually I feel able to, being it's my house, or they say my channel, my house, my rules per se. And, if some people get offended, I understand. As to say, I like a good disagreement. Like I said, Minuteman 69, that was hilarious. Got me sidetracked, brother. Forgot what I was saying. But I have a few folks that watch my channel, and they'll sometimes leave a comment where they disagree with what I said on, let's say, a Sunday Shift Report, but they still watch because they learn stuff from the gardening videos, the review videos, and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool of those folks that they might not agree with all my political views, but they still value my content and the information that I provide outside of the political opinions. Dragon, thank you for the super chat. We can stop the police bolo for Pat, who has been missing from Saturday Night Live for 20 years. GreyMan has found them. Roger that, man. Gotcha, surviving Biden. What else was I going to say, folks? I want to be honest with you. Matter of fact, Harvey and Dragon were actually talking about this. A lot of you folks know that I do got a lot of things going on in my life. I'm trying to keep all my content running smoothly. I'm trying to keep the live streams up and running. Like I said, sometimes I might miss a day or two, sometimes depending on the situation. But I'm going to try to keep on things moving. I have a lot of reviews, and I hate to inundate you guys with reviews, but I have three or four other companies that have reached out to me in regards to the Solar Jenny reviews, because I guess they've liked what I've done with the Opus. They liked what I've done with Blue Yeti and some of the Rock Pals. So I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to take the products, try them out, show them to you, do a review, and maybe, like I said, if I get too many, I'll just have to start giving some away. Good night, Grizz. Take care. I appreciate you being here. Let me see here. Gotta be a joke. It could be Maryland. Who knows? Exactly, Wink. That's how I look at it too. You know what I mean? All these companies that are willing to send me this product to review, it's less money that I have to spend personally for products that I'm going to need. And hopefully, like I said, like with Blue Yeti, and Jace, Nutrient Survival and stuff like that, I can work deals out with them with doing giveaways to help some of you community members as well. To me, that's very important. Not only supporting myself with some of this gear, but supporting you folks as well. From my understanding, I looked at the tracking. Everybody got their gas cards that I gave out a couple Thursday nights ago. And I know the Blue Yeti, she got that. That was delivered. I think everything has been delivered in regards to all the giveaways. Lori D says, I like the reviews. I appreciate that. And one good thing about the reviews is, folks, is maybe I'll find one that's cheaper than the other one, but does the same job. And you don't have to spend your money guessing on, should I buy a Rock Pal? Should I buy a Blue Yeti? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? So by me doing some of these reviews and me using them, maybe it'll help you be better informed on what you want to spend your money on before you make that mistake and buy something that's not going to do the job you expect it to do. Really, Hawkeye? Aldi's shutting down their stores? That's crazy. Viv B, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Viv. Thanks for reminding me. Folks, as always, folks, remember, folks, please, with everything going on in this world and this planet right now, here in the U.S., wherever you're at, man, please be safe out there and know that you're not alone. Okay, folks? I'll be signing off until Sunday Shift Report. Who knows what we'll be dealing with on the Sunday Shift Report. It's always intriguing to see how things develop. And if anything pops up or if I get any emails or stuff, I'll share those as well. I'll be taking the next few days off as usual. Other than that, please stay safe out there. Again, God bless. I'll see you guys in a rebound. Take care.